Strengths in the house again here for y'all. Hopefully entertain, maybe teach someone something, maybe learn something myself from the comments, which 99% are very respectful. And, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, understand what I'm trying to do here, just speaking my mind on the experiences I've had on the journey. So, the odd time, I don't watch reviewers on YouTube. I do watch some of the brilliant minds of audio that actually have channels on YouTube, and one of them is Angela Gilbert Young. Now, I've had multiple components from him, her, whatever. That's no offense. I don't know really what to say because there's two names there, Angela Gilbert. So, anyways, her company was Blue Circle. And it goes back a long time. And I got a hold of some of that equipment pretty early in the journey. A pre-power, I think, and the phono stage. It was a BC23 phono stage. I think it was the BC22 preamp, the BC21, the BC21 pre, and then the BC22 power. So they were basically entry-level equipment. And man, I loved it right off the get-go. I loved the simple, understated look of it, just a simple ring on the front, nothing fancy. But man, it sounded good. Like, I got a taste of good sound at a pretty early in the journey, right? So I know he still does a very large upgrade path if the buyer end user wants to go that route. So me, I got a hold of Blue Circle, and I said I want a separate power supply built for the phono stage. So I sent it in and got the 3.1, the best one. And he's known for using silicone, right? And that's just something he uses. I guess that's for dampening vibration internally or whatever it may be, but it does have a stink. And that stink takes a little while to go away. But I kind of find that cool myself, The guy's solder work, her solder work is second to none. I'd open up almost all my equipment and look inside. I want to see what my hard-earned money is paying for. And if you look at some of their solder work, it is just absolutely unbelievable. Now, I'm trying to get to where I'm going with this video. You guys that, there's some pretty toxic channels or forums out there where these guys with these little chip amps and these $100 amplifiers criticizing people that have really nice systems because it's all about measurements for them. No, it's not. It so much is not about measurements. It's not, man. I mean, I don't even care myself. I'm like that Greek audio guy or whatever his name is. I'm in the same boat as him. He doesn't even care about them. And I don't. I think if you got a good enough ear and you've been listening to, pretty high-end equipment for a long time, you'd be surprised if you actually get some measurements done in your room, just like I was. Like, I've never had that done. And I had a professional friend of mine come over here with the software and you name it. We did a full frequency sweep of the room. And there was no excitement in this room. There was no issues. We got down to 24 hertz in the bass. It was just a really good measurement. Now, you can scroll back to those videos. I show the graphs, okay? When you've been doing this long enough, your ears will tell you that you have a good room and very good sounding equipment in the room. So if you want to go on this journey on measurements alone, have at her, man, And it just, that channel, it's just so funny. That's all it's about, is if it doesn't measure good, then it's not good. But what about your brain? Like, it's going to pick everything apart, regardless of how good it measures. There's stuff that measures great that sounds like crap. So, watch the latest video of Angela Gilbert Young. I mean, listen to one of the geniuses, like one of the true audio engineers of the world, right? and I've had a ton of equipment, a ton. And to tell you the truth, if I was going to build separates again, it would be Angela Gilbert's equipment, because his components are so real sounding. It just brings a very natural presentation, very real, and you get to experience that in your music, right? I mean, his phono stage outdid phono stages in my room that were double the price. And I had them here, guys. I owned them, right? And I always I don't sell something when something new comes in, when I want to see if it's better or if I'm going to enjoy it more. I don't mean the word better, and it's just, that's the one that kept winning and kept me engaging with the music. I didn't even load this thing. I just plugged it in, low output moving coil, 60 dB, no loading, and away we go, right? So, he'll educate you people about, not how good does it measure, why do you measure, right? Like designers and engineers measure because they have to when they're designing and building equipment. But even he says it's not the be all end all. It does not need to be perfect. So, and please, guys, with your little $100 amps, I mean, I don't think my channel's for you, because I kind of play in a different depth of the pool. I mean, all that cheap stuff is good for the price. I'm not going to criticize it. I've had cheap amps like that, the cheap toppings and the chip amps, and just to play around with. But to be honest, when you get up against some stuff that's just more expensive and more went into it with the power supplies and that kind of stuff, you're going to get that weight. That effortless weight in the music that these amps just can't do. I'm sorry, man. And you have to be able to compare, okay? Maybe none of you have, and that's okay. But just stay humble with your equipment and just enjoy it for what it is. Don't try to compare it to stuff that was well designed and well engineered that's 10 times the price, 15 times the price. No, they're not all rip-offs. Sorry to break it to you. But yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that Angela Gilbert has his own channel. He can really get into the technical side for you guys that think you know it all about all these measurements and all that. All I know is I just knew I had a good ear and what sounded really good in this room. And when my buddy came in with the software and we did the frequency sweep, I was right. He even said you don't have to do it if you don't want to, because no one wants to sit here and be told that their room sucks or that it's not friendly and the equipment isn't working well in it. Well, it's just amazing. And this guy builds speakers. So it was really nice to hear from someone who has more experience in that field than I do. Okay, and watch people like Gilbert Young, not the reviewers, guys. I mean, go ahead, but I just hope that I'm not just watched for entertainment. Like, I'm trying to really pass on some information, not about a certain component that's not even going to stay. It's just going to get sent out for the next one. And if I recommend, it's always, I really take it seriously on like the last video, right? What I feel is the greatest component of the whole century, man, just because of what it can do in all areas, But anyways, hopefully, you guys keep supporting the channel. That's what the super thanks is for down there. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm just on my own island here doing my own thing. And I do watch certain videos and I get inspired by what was conversed and displayed in that video. And that's a really good video from Angela Gilbert Young. I mean, you got to realize that if you want to live by measurements alone, you're missing the boat, man. Just build a good system and save up your money if you can't afford more than $100 amp. I just don't think this is the hobby for you. I don't. You got to get up there to experience real engagement with the music. Just be fully engulfed by it in your room, But anyway, like and subscribe, guys.